Now, last summer, 3 young British holidaymakers in Magaluf fell to their deaths from balconies or walkways. Now, one woman who works there as a shot girl is trying to warn bar-goers about the dangers. Sarah Corker went to meet her.
Magaluf is famous for its nightlife. Thousands of British holidaymakers travel to the resort every summer.
So I work in Mambo's and I sell shots, speak to groups.
Georgia works in the town and spends a lot of time talking to people about the dangers of balconies.
Hi, I'm George Hague and I work in a bar out here in Magaluf and I run the Don't Leave a Friend Behind campaign. I was like leaning on the edges and stuff. It wouldn't cross your mind that obviously people can lose their balance and fall.
My mum told me before we came out, it's been on the news that someone fell off and died. So I stay well away.
Last year, George's friend Natalie Cormack died after falling 50 feet from a walkway.
She was actually leaving the apartment block that morning, probably to go home. So when she did try and climb round the barrier to gain access, it was a 7-storey drop. Across
the Balearic Islands of Ibiza, Mallorca and Menorca, there have been a number of balcony accidents in recent years. In 2016 there were 12, in 2017 there were 9, and last year there were 24, including 7 deaths. The authorities say 2/3 of these happened when people were on their own.
It needs to be done because more kids are going to die and die. It's just ridiculous how stupid people are, drunk and stuff like that, especially walking home by yourselves. You see it every single night on the strip, just people on their own.
This is my first season, and even before I came out, both parents were like, anytime you finish work or if you decide to go on a night out, stay with your friends.
And then I'm in the room from there and I climb straight over.
You climbed over from one balcony to another?
To the other.
Do you not see that was quite dangerous?
No.
Our hotel has a little thing about balcony safety.
What does it say?
It just says be careful, otherwise you're going to get kicked out.
Biggest holiday killer is jumping off your balcony.
Every night, Georgia encourages partygoers to look after each other.
I think what drives me is I think there's nothing worse than that feeling that when I wake up in the morning and I see a news article that another young life has been lost, I cannot explain to you how gutting it makes me feel, knowing that their family back home have to fly out here and get their baby. Like their lives have been ruined and they'll always remember that day.
Some hotels in Magaluf have started putting tourists on the ground floor for their own safety.
You do a lot of things when you're abroad that you wouldn't do back home. You don't really hear of people in London being locked out of their apartments so they're going to scale the buildings. You don't really hear, it doesn't happen back home. In holiday destinations, you've got your holiday mindset on, it's different. Obviously you're drinking a lot more on holiday, more than you would back home as well. I know the alcohol's cheaper, you're here for a good time.
And Magaluf Council are fining people up to €600 if they're caught misbehaving on balconies.
Por casos de balcones hemos tenido 9 denuncias este año y algunas más, creo que fueron sobre 11 la temporada pasada. No son cosas fáciles de determinar por parte del hotel, esto siempre es el hotel el que denuncia la situación o porque se aprecie desde la calle, pero no es fácil, además normalmente los casos excesivos se producen a altas horas de la madrugada.
The number one message is take out some travel insurance in the first place, because obviously we do have cases sometimes where people haven't. And that can be a huge cost to them and to their families, you know, if they need to be repatriated either medically or if they've actually died for their body to be taken home as well. That can be a huge cost. Make sure that you look at the policies, because some do exclude incidents involving alcohol or actually I've seen policies that exclude incidents relating to balconies.